What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Wednesday, March 8th, 2017, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Film producer Seth Grahame-Smith took to social media to share Stephen King's opinion of the upcoming remake of It. Grahame-Smith posted a screen cap of an email he received from King's email account that said, Instagram, Steve King asked me to pass along that he saw a screen of It today and wanted to let everybody know that they should stop worrying about it as the producers have done a wonderful job with the production. Grahame-Smith captioned the post, I can die now, goodbye, I'm dead. It, based on the King novel of the same name, was previously adapted as a two-part TV movie starring Tim Curry as Pennywise. Now, due in theaters on September 8th, the remake is directed by Mama Helmer Andres Muschietti, with a script co-written by True Detective and Beast of No Nation filmmaker Cary Fukunaga. Now starring Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise, and also featuring Stranger Things star Finn Wolfhard, the film once again follows a group of children who are haunted by a shape-shifting creature that likes to take the form of a clown. Hollywood A-listers Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep will star in the new Steven Spielberg film The Post. The Hollywood Reporter reported Spielberg will direct the 60-year-old actor and 67-year-old actress in the forthcoming movie, which recounts the Washington Post's role in publishing the Pentagon Papers. Hanks and Streep will play Washington Post editors Ben Bradley and publisher Kay Graham, respectively. The Pentagon Papers was a government study about the U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War that made Bradley and Graham fought to make it public in 1971. Spielberg will also produce with Amy Pascal and Christy McCaskill-Krieger, with Rachel O'Connor, Adam Sumner, and Tim and Trevor White as executive producers, according to Deadline. Fox and Spielberg's Amblin Entertainment will co-finance the project. Hanks has collaborated with Spielberg on several other films, including Saving Private Ryan, while Streep worked with the director on AI. The actress will narrate the Netflix documentary 5 Came Back, which Spielberg is executive producing. Spielberg will next release an adaptation of the Ernest Cline novel Ready Player One, starring Ty Sheridan. Hanks will star in The Circle with Emma Watson, while Streep is slated for the Mary Poppins Returns with Emily Blunt. Matt Damon has signed on to narrate Boston, a documentary about the history of the city's famed marathon. Directed by John Dunham, the film is scheduled to premiere in Boston on April 15th. It will then have a one-night theatrical showing on April 19th through Fathom Events. Boston executive producer Frank Marshall, who ran Boston in 1980, said in a statement Monday, Matt is the ideal narrator for this outstanding documentary about the Boston Marathon. We're delighted to have him join the production. A synopsis reads, the documentary chronicles the celebrated story of the Boston Marathon from its origins in 1897 through 2014's triumphant race, and features many of the greatest marathoners to ever have run over the Hopkinton to Boston route. The marathon was the focus of the worldwide headline in 2013 when Islamic extremists Tamerlan and Dushakia Chavanetsov perpetrated a terror attack at the event, killing 3 people and injuring more than 250. Damon, who was born and raised in Cambridge, Massachusetts, recently produced the New England set Best Picture Oscar nominee Manchester by the Sea. He also won an Oscar for co-writing the Harvard dramedy Good Will Hunting with his best friend Ben Affleck. Anna Faris and Eugenio Derbez will star in the gender-swapping remake of the 1987 Goldie Hawn-Kurt Russell film Overboard. In the original movie, Hawn starred as a spoiled heiress who falls overboard a yacht and forgets who she is. Russell's character, a single working-class father, convinces her she is his wife. In the remake, which will be written and directed by Rob Greenberg and Bob Fisher, Derbez will play a rich playboy, and Faris will play a single mother. Faris starred in the film The House Bunny and currently stars in the CBS show Moms alongside Allison Janney. Durbitz was the writer, director, and the star of the Mexican comedy Instructions Not Included, and will star in How to Be a Latin Lover alongside Salma Hayek, Rob Lowe, and Kristen Bell. Durbitz will also serve as the producer of Overboard along with Ben Odell. The film is being co-produced, co-financed, and co-distributed by MGM and Pantaleon, and Lionsgate will handle the domestic theatrical distribution. Jason Isaacs and Mary Wiseman have joined the cast of the upcoming CBS All Access series Star Trek Discovery. Isaacs will play Lorca, the ship's captain, and Wiseman will play Tilly, a Starfleet Academy cadet in her final year of study. The press release says the series will feature a new ship, new characters, and new missions while embracing the same ideology and hope for the future that inspired a generation of dreamers and doers. The series will premiere on the CBS television network, with all subsequent episodes available on CBS All Access, the network's digital subscription video on demand and live streaming service, and will be distributed concurrently by CBS Studios International on Netflix in 188 countries and in Canada on Bell Media Space Channel and OTT service Crave TV. The science fiction drama will also feature Sonequa Martin Green, James Fran, Anthony Rapp, and Doug Jones. Marion Cotillard shocked fans Monday by debuting much fuller lips on Instagram. The 41-year-old French actress drew comparisons to American star Angelina Jolie after sharing a series of photos of her makeover for the film Rock and Roll. She captioned one album, Rock and Roll, hashtag Rock and Roll Film, at Guillermo Cain Official. Cotillard's rep later confirmed People that the pictures represents the star's look towards the end of the film. The magazine was among those to deem the actress unrecognizable, while fans sounded off on social media. One person wrote on Instagram, "Looks like Angelina, I like Marion better." Another wrote, "Thank God those lips are just makeup, you are a beauty without that." Now, Cotillard and her partner Guillermo Canet will star in Rock and Roll, which is slated to have its U.S. premiere at the Tribeca Film Festival in April. She recently appeared in the movie Ally with Jolie's estranged husband Brad Pitt. The actress said on Today in November of reports that she and the actor had an affair on set. "I didn't take it personally because I had nothing to do with these rumors or situation." She added of director Robert Zemeckis and Pitt, "It was a wonderful, wonderful experience working with such a visionary director and an amazing actor, so that's all that matters." Cotillard will also star in Ishmael Ghost with Charlotte Gainsbourg. Jolie, who split from Pitt in September after 2 years of marriage and 10 years together, recently told the BBC the breakup was a very difficult time. Tom Hiddleston says he isn't hung up with regrets over his short-lived romance with pop star Taylor Swift. The 36-year-old English actor explained why he'd rather not talk about the 26-year-old singer after reportedly getting testy about Swift in an interview with The Telegraph. Hiddleston responded when asked if he regrets the, quote, the publicity and gossip the romance engendered. He says, "What should I regret in your mind?" He continued by saying, "Everyone is entitled to a private life. I love what I do, and I dedicate myself with absolute commitment to make great art and great entertainment, and in my mind, I don't conflict the two." Starr asserted, "My work is in the public sphere, and I have a private life, and those two things are separate." Hiddleston and Swift were first linked in June following the singer split from DJ Calvin Harris, but broke up just 3 months later. The actor later admitted in the March issue of GQ that he was, quote, surprised the relationship got so much attention. He told the magazine, "Taylor is an amazing woman. She's generous and kind and lovely, and we had the best time. Of course, it was real." She also added, "I have to be so psychologically strong about not letting other people's interpretations about my life affect my life. A relationship exists between two people. We will always know what it was." Hiddleston will next star in Kong Skull Island with co-stars Brie Larson. It opens in theaters Friday. He's also slated to reprise the role of Loki in Thor Ragnarok. Chris Hemsworth gave fans a rare glimpse of his twin sons Monday. The 33-year-old Australian actor shared a sweet picture of Tristan and Sasha, his 2-year-old sons, with wife Elsa Pataki holding hands after returning home to Byron Bay, Australia. He captioned the snapshot for his 9 million Instagram followers. "My son said to his brothers, Tristan, hold my hand so you don't get eaten by a crocodile. Hashtag my kids, hashtag little legends, at Australia, hashtag Byron Bay." The Thor star and Pataki, who married in 2010, are also parents to 4-year-old daughter India Rose. The family returned to Australia last week and had since enjoyed an outing to their favorite swimming hole. Pataki wrote on her Instagram account on Friday, "We are in paradise, estamos en el paradiso, hashtag love this place, hashtag happy kids, hashtag best bath ever. Rob Kardashian couldn't help but gush about his daughter in a series of photos and posts on Monday. The 29-year-old reality star shared adorable new photos of Dream, his 3-month-old daughter, with Blac Chyna while spending time with the infant and her big cousin, Kourtney Kardashian's son, Rayne Disick. Kardashian captioned a picture of Dream smiling for his 8.7 million Instagram followers. "Drool on my baby, LOL. Look how long her eyelashes are. I will never say no to this woman, LOL." He added a video of Rayne giving Dream a kiss. Dream's big cousin Rayne is the sweetest. Children are the greatest. Dream is also cousins to Kourtney's kids, Mason and Penelope Disick, and to Kim Kardashian's children, North and St. West. Rob previously gushed about his daughter in an emotional tribute on Instagram last week. He wrote at the time, "I literally can't get enough of this girl. I never felt love or happiness like this ever in my life, and she makes me so happy. About to miss her so much." Rob and Blac Chyna welcomed Dream in November after getting engaged in April. The couple reportedly split again in February following a highly publicized breakup in December. In a related story, Kim Kardashian shared her first photo with niece Dream on Tuesday. The 36-year-old reality star posted a picture on Instagram of herself holding Dream, the 3-month-old daughter of Rob Kardashian and Blac Chyna. She captioned the Snapchat for her 94.4 million followers, "Hey beautiful girl." Dream has appeared in previous posts of Kardashians, but never with the mom of two herself. People reported in November that Kardashian, who shares 3-year-old daughter North and 15-month-old son Zayn with Kanye West, was thrilled to have a new niece. A source told the magazine Kim takes her job as an aunt very seriously. She was excited to spend time with Dream. She loves babies and thinks Dream is the cutest. The insider added she's very proud of Rob and how seriously he takes his job as a dad. Cara Delevingne debuted a platinum blonde hair in Paris over the weekend. The 24-year-old English model and actress showed off a new silvery bob hairstyle during Paris Fashion Week. Delevingne was spotted with a new look while attending the Bella Hadid Times Chrome Hearts launch Saturday with Kendall Jenner. She pulled her hair back into a braid on one side and let the other half hang loose. Delevingne later wore her hair sleek and straight at the Fenty Times Rihanna show. She sported a dramatic side part Tuesday at the Chanel show, while she mingled with creative director Karl Lagerfeld and fellow model Lily Rose Depp. One fan tweeted in response to the star's new look, "Love Cara Delevingne's new hair." Another added, "Cara Delevingne's new icy silver hair is just fabulous." Delevingne, who previously had warm golden blonde locks, initially changed up her hair in July. She debuted shorter hair while promoting Valerian and City of a Thousand Planets with co-star Dane DeHaan. She said, "At the time, I cut his hair too. We did each other's hair." Delevingne will portray Laureline in Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets, which opens in theaters July 21st. She will also star in London Fields with Amber Heard and Year in the Life with Jaden Smith. Saturday Night Live star Pete Davidson announced on social media that he is now sober and ready to get back to work. The comedian wrote on Instagram Monday alongside a photo of himself smiling while holding a coffee, "Just want to let you guys know I'm okay. I know I've been kind of missing on social media and on the show. I quit drugs and happy and sober for the first time in 8 years." He continued by saying, "It wasn't easy, but I got a great girl, great friends, and I consider myself a lucky man. I'll always be here for you guys, I promise." He also added, "Remember to never give up hope, because sometimes that's all we've got. We are a family, and I appreciate all your love and support. It's nice to be back in action." Davidson also shared on Instagram a tribute to his girlfriend Cassie, who is the daughter of Larry David. The 23-year-old captioned a side-by-side photo of the couple together. "Couldn't pick one, so I went with two. Luckiest guy in the world." In September, Davidson had announced that he'd suffered from Crohn's disease, which he dealt with by using marijuana medicinally. He explained in an interview with High Times, "I found that the medicines that the doctors were prescribing me, and seeing all these doctors and trying new things, weed would be the only thing that would help me eat." Chance the Rapper is taking matters into his own hands as he pledged to donate $1 million to Chicago public schools after meeting with Illinois Governor Bruce Rauner. The talks, Fortune reported, broke down between Chance, real name Chancellor Bennett, and Rauner, who had vetoed a $215 million funding bill that schools in Chicago were counting on. The money, Chance said during a live streaming press conference at Westcott Elementary School, would go towards after-school and enrichment programs. Funds, he said, would come from ticket sales of his upcoming tour. Chance also noted how his donation is a, quote, call to action for others to get involved as well, and that his nonprofit organization Social Works would donate an additional $10,000 to a different Chicago school for every $100,000 raised. Chance said during the press conference, "Our kids should not be held hostage because of political positions. Governor Ronner, do your job." Chance's donation has caught the attention of former First Lady Michelle Obama, who wrote on Twitter, "Thanks at Chance the Rapper for giving back to the Chicago community, which gave us so much. You are an example of the power of arts and education." George Michael died of natural causes due to heart disease and a fatty liver, senior coroner of Oxfordshire Darren Salter has stated in a new report. Salter said in a statement Tuesday, "Inquiries into the death of George Michael have been concluded and the final post-mortem report received. As there is a confirmed natural cause of death being dilated cardiomyopathy with myocarditis and fatty liver, the investigation is being discontinued and there is no need for an inquest or any further inquiries. No further updates will be provided and the family requests the media and public respect their privacy." Michael's boyfriend Fadi Fazaz wrote the release of the report, wrote on Twitter alongside a photo of himself and the iconic singer. "The truth is out." Faz then wrote in a separate tweet, "All the nasty comments, press, and 999 were very cruel and unnecessarily whatsoever. Now I hope to receive some real love," in response to rumors surrounding Michael's death. Michael died inside his London home on Christmas Day at the age of 53. Beyoncé gave fans a glimpse Monday of the matching look she recently wore with daughter Blue Ivy. The 35-year-old singer shared photos of her website of herself and 5-year-old Blue Ivy in the green Gucci gowns they rocked at the Los Angeles premiere of Beauty and the Beast last week. Beyoncé, who shared Blue Ivy with husband Jay-Z, showed off her baby bump in other pictures. The star announced in February that she's pregnant with and expecting twins with the 47-year-old rapper. She said at the time, "We would like to share our love and happiness. We have been blessed 2 times over. We are incredibly grateful that our family will be growing by 2. Beyoncé and Jay-Z married in April 2008 and welcomed Blue Ivy in January 2012. The singer said in an ad for her Ivy Park performance wear line in September that her daughter inspired the collection. She said in the promo, "When I'm about to give up, I pictured that one person that I love more than anyone. I pictured them wherever they are in the world, and I imagined myself running towards them." Beyoncé attended the Grammy Awards on February 13th, where she won Best Urban Contemporary Album and Best Music Video. She later canceled her forthcoming appearance at Coachella due to concerns about her pregnancy. The festival confirmed on Facebook, following the advice of her doctors to keep a less rigorous schedule in the coming months, Beyoncé has made the decision to forego performing at the 2017 Coachella Valley Music, Film, and Arts Festival. Ciara says she is super excited to welcome baby number 2. The 31-year-old singer discussed her growing family in an interview with Harper's Bazaar after announcing she's pregnant and expecting her first child with husband, NFL star Russell Wilson. Ciara is a ready mom to 2-year-old son Future Zaire with ex-fiancé rapper Future. She goes, "I'm just super excited about this time in my life. Like, oh my gosh, I can't see my son running around, and soon it's going to be 2 of these creatures running around. Our hands will be full of nonstop action." Ciara, who split from Future shortly after Future Zaire's birth in 2014, says her son, quote, "loves sports and has a great arm." She says the toddler is eager to welcome a younger sibling, and he often checks up on his baby brother or sister. The star shared, "He'll randomly pull my shirt up and be like, 'I want to see the baby.' 'Hello, baby. How you doing, baby? I love you, baby. Okay, talk to you later, baby. Bye, bye.' Then he'll kiss me on my belly and put my shirt back down." Ciara Wilson, a 20-year-old quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks, married in July after more than a year of dating. The singer announced her second pregnancy in October on the 31st birthday. She wrote on Instagram, "On this special birthday, I received an abundance of love from family and friends, and I'm excited to finally share one of the greatest gifts of all that God could give." Ciara debuted her baby bump on the American Music Awards in November and later showed off her belly in a video tribute to late singer Whitney Houston. She last released the album Jackie in 2015 and is working on her 7th studio album. Country music stars Jason Aldean, Dierks Bentley, Lady Antebellum, and Miranda Lambert are confirmed to perform at the 52nd Academy of Country Music Awards. Other performers for the April 2nd award show include fellow nominees Little Big Town and Maren Morris, as well as the Backstreet Boys, who will make their first appearance at the ACM performing alongside Florida Georgia Line. Luke Bryan and Dierks Bentley will co-host the awards, which will be broadcast on CBS from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Lambert and Morris are nominated for 6 awards each, trailing Keith Urban, who leads all nominees with 7. Florida Georgia Line has also been nominated for 5 awards. A red carpet pre-show will be live streamed exclusively on Twitter before the event begins at 6 p.m. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1968, Bill Graham's rock empire goes bi-coastal as the Fillmore East opens. Bands like the Jefferson Airplane, the Grateful Dead, and Santana owe a great deal of their success to the business income of the legendary concert promoter Bill Graham, whose skill and creativity turned San Francisco into a musical mecca for both fans and performers in the late 1960s. In 1966, Graham opened his own new concert venue, the Fillmore, which quickly became an important stop on the concert itinerary for nearly every great band of the era. 2 years later, his psychedelic musical empire went bi-coastal with the opening of the Fillmore East in New York City on this date in 1968. Opening night at the Fillmore East was typically of the kind of show put together by Graham, who was a pioneer in combining roots music with contemporary rock and roll in a way that has become de la rage at 1960s rock festivals. The bill featured blues guitarist Albert King, folk singer-songwriter Tim Buckley, and Janis Joplin's group Big Brother and the Holding Company, who had just begun recording their landmark Cheap Thrills album. Over the course of the next 2 months, the Fillmore East brought some of the biggest names in the late 60s rock to Manhattan's East Village. The Doors, who played on March 22nd, The Who played from April 5th to the 6th, Traffic, who plays from April 19th to the 20th, Jefferson Airplane, who played from May 3rd to the 4th, and Jimi Hendrix and Sly and the Family Stone May 10th, and the Byrds May 18th. With a capacity of only about 3,600 seats, the Fillmore East was a far cry from the gigantic stadiums and arenas that big-name rock acts would start limiting themselves to in the 1970s. It was the beginning of that supersizing trend that helped push Bill Graham out of the rock promotion business temporarily after he shuttered both the Fillmore East and the Fillmore West in 1971. In an explanation of his decision to close the venues, Graham told the Village Voice that the rock scene in this country that was created by a need felt by the people, expressed by the musicians, and helped aided to some degree by the efforts of the Fillmore has turned into the music industry of festivals, 20,000-seat halls, miserable production quality, and second-rate promoters. After his early 70s hiatus, Graham would turn his attention to producing events on the scale of Rolling Stone stadium tours and the American side of Live Aid. Within that world, he greatly respected for staging concerts that were creatively ambitious, commercially successful, and professionally run. The Who's Pete Townsend says, "Bill changed the way rock evolved. Without him, I would not be here." Bill Graham died in a helicopter crash near San Francisco on October 25, 1981, and was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame the following year. Also on this date in 1993, MTV airs the first episode of the animated series Beavis and Butthead, which will go on to become the network's highest-rated series up to that point. Beavis and Butthead offered audiences rude and crude buddy humor in the tradition of the Three Stooges, Cheech and Chong, and Wayne and Garth of Saturday Night Live and the Wayne's World movies. Titular main characters, who were 2 teenage boys living in the fictional town of Highland, they attended Highland High, based on a real school in creator Mike Judd's hometown of Albuquerque, New Mexico, but spend most of their time eating junk food, talking about girls, and most importantly, watching music videos. Beavis and Butthead alternated between animated storylines and clips of actual music videos, which Beavis and Butthead commented on in their signature boneheaded style, punctuated by sarcastic comments and grunt-like laughters. Judge Furs drew his 2 main characters for an animation festival where an MTV producer spotted them and picked up an episode for its animated showcase, Liquid Television. After signing Judd on for 65 episodes, the network began airing the show on weeknights at 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. Critics were divided in their response. Some praised Judge and MTV for effectively skewering a big part of the network's own core demographic, young men who watch music videos, while others cited Beavis and Butthead's low common denominator humor as evidence of an overall decline in the quality of television. Despite the mixed critical response, the shows earned MTV's highest ratings. It also sparked a heated controversy over the influence of TV programs on impressionable young children, especially after an incident in 1993 when a mother blamed Beavis and Butthead's well-documented tendencies for inspiring her 5-year-old son to set a fire that killed his 2-year-old sister. In response to the uproar over this tragedy, MTV pulled 4 episodes off the air, cut all references to fire, and moved Beavis and Butthead to the 10:30 p.m., 11:30 p.m. time slot, claiming they were simply targeting an older audience. Regardless of its dubious influence on young audiences, the success of Beavis and Butthead prompted MTV to launch a spin-off program featuring the boys' nerdy female classmate Daria. Daria first aired in March 1997, 8 months before Beavis and Butthead ended its run. Judge later created the Emmy-winning animated series King of the Hill for Fox and directed films for the big screen, including a feature film version of Beavis and Butthead Do America 1996, and the cult hits Office Space 1999 and Idiocracy in 2006. And that is your entertainment report for Wednesday, March 8th, 2017. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.